The X-Men saga. What a beautiful mess. Here we stand together 20 years on, watching as the sun sets on an era that in many ways set the stage for the comic book movie dynasty we know and love today. These were the first kids on the block before the boom, and I don't know where we'd be right now without them. But today, all these years later, beyond all the ups and downs and everything in between, it's time to say goodbye. And so, to the X-Men saga, you brilliant, thoughtful, strange enigma of comic book cinema, do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave it. I'm sorry, I can't believe you listen to me try to get real over movies like this. Imagine taking this shit seriously. I mean, what in the daisy chain does that even mean? Ew, gross, we gotta rebrand this thing. This'll do.
X gon' give it to ya. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own.
You're goddamn right. We're Apathy First now, my sweet little turtle doves, because this is the internet and no one cares about your feelings. No one. What everyone does care about is comic book movies. Nerds won the culture war, and just when it looked like I'd finally get my DSEU, you'll turn around and put a Norse god and the personification of American war propaganda in a movie together and ruin my life. Point being, my buddy Nando V Movies did a Marvel Cinematic Universe thing last year to celebrate the release of Endgame, and that was a hit and we like views, so now we're all on for round 2 with the Fox X-Men series that died. And just like Endgame, we're doing all this to capitalize on celebrate the release of this super saga's swan song, its legendary culmination 2 decades in the making, the long-awaited New Mutants, and shit whistles has been moved back to 2036. God damn it! Anyway, One X-cellent Scene, a spicy little collection of hot content curated by some of your film YouTube faves. You should catch them all, like Pokemon, not STDs. And yeah, I know I said no more superheroes for a while, but when the YouTube top dogs come up to you and say,
"Hey, you wanna do a thing with us that might get your itty bitty channel noticed?"
you honestly think I'm not just gonna sell out immediately? The issue is, I don't really care about the X-Men series all that much, and before you get your Wolverine-themed panties in a bunch, I get around a lot of it. The first 2, X-Men First Class, I enjoy all 3, but they're not movies I have anything interesting to say about. Days of Future Past gets me all hot and bothered because it frickin' rocks, and I was thinking about gushing over the way it could have ended the series on a high note if they just let it be, but I'm staying about as far away from praising Brian as he should stay away from schools, so let's forget about that. I could have covered Logan too, but more people have had a go on that than your mother, so I guess that leaves me with this f***ing guy.
I'm touching myself tonight.
A guy in a movie about nothing, with nothing to say, because nothing f***ing matters, just the way it should be. Yeah, Deadpool is hot shit in the best kind of ways, and so, hi, my name is Bailey, and it's time to make the Chimichangas.
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot, baby.
Alright, here's the deal. We're meant to cover just one scene for this thing, but there's kind of too much good food here not to eat the whole f***ing thing. Quite literally, I'm gonna eat the whole Blu-ray. I dare you to try to stop me. As far as Hollywood R-rated action extravaganzas go, Deadpool has it all. I'm talking blood, bullets, blades, blowjobs, which is apparently a type of drink, but that won't stop YouTube from trying to demonetize me just for saying it. It's got it all. It's like the perfect recipe for an adult-orientated summer action hit, and what's absolutely f***ing crazy to me is that it almost never happened. I know, it's hard to imagine that once upon a time, squeezing this ass into spandex wasn't a total no-brainer. I guess somewhere between the character's strong affinity for the kind of language that'd make Steve Rogers pass out, the goody two-shoes little bitch, and the mighty success of a little movie called Green Lantern, Fox got cold feet. I'm talking totally frozen 10 years to Thor cold feet. But they warmed up, eventually, 10 years later, thanks to somebody leaking the project's 2012 CGI test footage online and the internet collectively losing its shit. When will studios learn that we actually know what we want to see? We blew our load so loud over that footage that Fox dropped a $58 million price tag on the production practically overnight, so there's still hope I might actually get to see a live-action version of Green Eggs and Ham if we make enough noise. Please, I need this. Fast forward to 2016 and would you look at that, we got a Deadpool movie, one that captures the merc with a mouth in all his regenerative degenerative glory and happens to be an ultra-violent audience hit of A-grade quality along the way. I mean, does this look like a $58 million movie? Nope, and you can thank your lucky stars that director Tim Miller knows his shit when it comes to VFX, because that's why. Like this final showdown on the top of the... Wait, is that a helicarrier? Like one of those ones? I love it. But yeah, set pieces like this give the MCU juggernauts a real run for their money. And sure, it might look grayer than a 50 Shades movie, but let me just reiterate for a second, $58 million. You can see how everyone involved in making this thing juiced every single one of those precious Hollywood pennies for everything they're worth, and you better believe the second Fox doubled that number for round 2. The sequel had more color than a rainbow chameleon thrown through a wood chipper. Just look at it. Oh, wow, it's sexy. If there's one color the first Deadpool movie does know, however, it's red. Oh boy, does it love red. Can you imagine trying to make a movie about a human teppanyaki chef with 2 katanas and a near sexual interest in gunpowder and trying to pass it off as PG fun for the whole family? God knows how they managed to do it for 17 years with Canadian Catman. Hey, he's fine, he'll walk it off. Point is, the R rating let Deadpool go full John Wick with the combat, and sweet biscuits is it glorious to behold. I'm talking decapitations, human flapjacks, triple headshots, and whatever the this is. A butt shot? A booty pop no scope? I don't know, but it's the good stuff, and seeing that much blood and mayhem flung across the screen with a total disregard for censorship is all part of the fun. Because fun is the entire point here. Who wants to sit there for 2 hours and watch a guy with like $1 trillion get sad about pulling on a cool ass costume to beat up bad guys? Not me, and not this guy either, I'll tell you that much. Deadpool 100% gets off on kicking ass, because when you're practically invincible and this good at what you do, why not have fun with it? It's only murder after all. Seriously, how lame must you be for your governing philosophy to be no killing when killing looks this good? Sanctity of human life? I don't know her. Give me the Crimson Ninja making man kebabs on the highway over the virgin bat boy sooking in his cave any day of the week. You know what the trick is to showcasing this kind of badass behavior and having a blast while doing it? Not giving a single not one. Apathy first, bitches. It's not giving a about violence, not giving a about language, not giving a about sex, and certainly not giving even 1% of a about the fourth wall.
Fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break. That's like 16 walls.
Yeah, that hyper self-awareness is the Deadpool special sauce, and oh baby, it's tasty. The supreme lack of any barrier between our asinine anti-hero and us is the crux of the movie's particular brand of comedy, because yes, this is a comedy, just the kind of comedy where we laugh at a dude's brains getting blown out. As you do. But that's the brand. Send up the superhero. Take nothing seriously. If you don't care, nothing matters and anything goes.
All the dinosaurs feared the T-Rex.
You ever heard of the term bathos? No, I know you haven't. You're not fooling anybody trying to match my superior intellect. Bathos is what you get when you take the cheesy dramatic momentum of a scene and then undercut it with a killer gag, and Deadpool is lathered with that shit head to toe. It's practically dripping with bathos and it's delicious. I told you I was gonna eat that Blu-ray.
Thank you. You have something in your teeth.
Pretty much any chance Wade gets to whiplash the genuine emotional flow of the moment with a cynical observation or abstract pop culture reference, he'll take it, and the way that he... Oh my, we haven't had a real introduction, have we? Everyone, this is Wade. Wade f***ing Wilson. Wade Wilson is Deadpool. Say hello, kids. I'm sure it's all clear by now, but the entire attitude of the Deadpool movie is a straight up extension of the personality emanating from under the mask, and oof, maybe keep the mask on. Thanks. Wade is the ultimate teenage fantasy man, but not in the 2010 sexiest man alive kind of way, though even the straightest man alive would have to be asking themselves some questions here. No, I mean in the sense of like, who the f*** wouldn't want to be Wade Wilson, at least before... this. He's like the perfect cocktail of endless sardonic wit, consequence-free immaturity, and total physical majesty, all tied up in an apathetic philosophy of absolute self-centeredness that's truly something to behold. He's like a one-man wrecking ball of reality-depreciating modern masculinity, a bad boy blabbermouth billowing bathos in the face of all sincerity, because meaningful interactions are for f***ing losers. Heroes are losers, and Wade ain't one of them.
I'm not here for him. I'm here for you.
I'm sure Wade did way worse on his way to 41 confirmed kills with the Special Forces than simply fucking up a stalkery pizza boy, but that's about as close as Wade gets to doing something quote-unquote heroic. He's still a mercenary assassin, but I guess he's like one of the good ones? He's just a bad guy paid to fuck up worst guys, and next to Ajax, or should I say Francis, he's nothing short of a fucking angel. Okay, stop the music. Who's supposed to be doing the bleeps every time I say fuck? Come on, do you want this video to get demonetized? Okay, very funny. I swear to God, I'll shoot your fucking cat. Alright, that's it. Shit. Where were we? Ah, Francis, the British bad guy. Right. You know what? I miss real, cruel, nasty Hollywood villains like this. Those irredeemable shitheads you just want to see beaten beyond a bloody pulp. Enough with this understanding their point of view or crying over their sorry-ass soap opera backstory bullcrap. I want to see heads roll, and in this movie, so does Wade. Oh yeah, I was not messing around with the lack of heroics going on in this thing. This isn't a Save the City origin story or an all-or-nothing fate of the universe showdown or even the last hurrah of a decrepit old man trying to do the right thing one last time. Pfft, lame. No, Deadpool is all about some chatterbox 𝗩𝗓𝗘𝗢𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗦 douchebag getting sweet dick-kicking revenge on the monster who up his face. He's not being altruistic here. There's no self-sacrificing gallantry at play. There's no innocent lives on the line, no fighting for the greater good, and there absolutely shouldn't have to be. That is just so tired and boring, and who the cares? Send up the superhero, right? Take nothing seriously. Apathy first. Always. Wade is a true narcissistic king, a dude who's in it all for himself and himself alone, and because of that, nothing else matters. Except, well, that's just not true, is it? Because this is a love story. I got you, didn't I? You really thought I was gonna make it all the way to the end on this Apathy First arsehole train without the slow-mo 12 frames per second black and white sad music outro? Never. See, Deadpool's brand might be apathy. It might be the most cynical, satirical, self-depreciating bona fide blockbuster of the last 20 years even, but it would be nothing without some kind of foundation in just one thing that's real. Anything that's real, as long as it's something that's identifiable, something that's relatable, universal, something like love. Deadpool is a love story. I know it sounds crazy to say out loud, but this fierce, beautiful, bizarre relationship is the emotional engine this movie could not operate without. Without Vanessa, without the kind of crazy they share together, Wade really is just some mouthy son of a bitch who knows his way around a sword, and hey, that makes for brilliant, ball-busting brawls and a bottomless pit of childish laughter on my behalf, but would I have given two shits about Wade if there wasn't this person who encouraged him to be vulnerable in a way a petulant man-child could never be on his own? I don't know. Maybe not. Deadpool is a superhero parody, make no mistake about it, but that parody cannot exist in an empathy vacuum if we're also supposed to invest in this character. And that's why Deadpool gives its all to anchoring squarely on this connection, a connection that, playful and goofy as it might be, is grounded in the kind of tangible excitement and passion for someone else that we can all understand. Some of my all-time favorite parodies, legendary movies like The Holy Grail and Anchorman, are so steeped in spoofery on every feasible level that I can't ever buy into those hilarious caricatures as real people with real wants and needs and fears like I buy into Wade and Vanessa together. This right here, what they have, that's the unshakable pillar around which the parody revolves, the unwavering truth at the center of this satirical storm of blood and bathos. Underneath all the carnage and chaos of Wade's quest of murderous retribution, this is the story of two incredibly f***ed up people finding themselves in each other, and I know how that sounds, but you know what I mean. They're the curvy pieces of a puzzle that fit together to reveal the picture on top, and yeah, it might not be a romance for the ages, it's no Romeo and Juliet, or Jack and Rose, or hell, maybe even Anakin and Padme, but it's still a bond I can genuinely get behind.
Vanessa's already working on plan A, B, all the way through Z. Me? I'm memorizing the details of her face. Like it's the first time I'm seeing it. Or the last.
It's all about moments like this for me, these quiet, excellent scenes that shine through with raw, honest, 1000% uncompromised empathy that make the Deadpool movie so much more than the sum of its most brutal and bathos-loaded parts. It's moments like this that make the first movie so easy for me to come back to, even when most of the jokes have well and truly lost their edge, in a way I can't really do with the girlfriend fridging sequel, even with the heavenly acoustic rendition of Take On Me. The foundation here is so solid, so clear, so focused and streamlined and precise and true that it never feels like anything less than, well, utterly authentic. And I'm not saying that Deadpool makes me bawl my eyes out. I'm not saying that this is the greatest love story ever told. It doesn't need to be, and it doesn't even need to try, but it needs to have that one thing that's real, that one thing that really matters. It needs to have love. Truth is, I don't really know what compelled me to do this specific video. Like, yeah, one excellent scene and all, but never in a million years did I think I'd be covering Deadpool, but I'm glad that I did. Because if there's one thing to take away from this strange, silly, sarcasm-loaded video, it's that to tell a story we can invest in through characters we care about, no matter how apathetic that story might get, you've always got to put empathy first. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing okay out there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you to Matt from Nando V Movies for inviting me to be part of this One Excellent Scene playlist. I know I'm running super late because I did not give myself enough time to do a video that took this much effort, but it's here, it's happening, and that shows that if you still want to make a scene for the One Excellent Scene playlist, you can still do it. It's never too late. Look at how late I am and I'm still turning up. So this thing's still going. You can still get involved if you want to. Link to the playlist in the description. I've watched so many of the videos. They are all fantastic. A bunch of absolutely wonderful creators to catch up on and get involved in. So get in there and get amongst it if if that's your thing. I want to say I really enjoyed making this video. I really enjoyed making this video. I wanted to make a video like this for a long time and I didn't really know what film to use, but Deadpool presented a perfect opportunity to do it, so hopefully I managed to pull this thing off. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video as much as I loved making it, because I really loved it. And if you did, let me know in the comments below. Please like this video, please share it with your friends, and of course, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to this channel, because it makes me feel good about myself, and that's about all that it does. But that's worth something, isn't it? I also want to say a massive thank you to all of this channel's Patreon supporters, absolutely every one of you. I cannot believe you guys are all supporting still in 2020. I cannot believe that people are still signing up in 2020. That means so much to me, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Absolutely every Patreon supporter will have their name in the credits of these videos throughout the rest of 2020, because I want all of you guys to know just how much your support means to me. If you have not yet signed up to my Patreon, I offer a bunch of cool behind the scenes rewards as well as early access to these videos. I'm running a bit behind on the Last of Us rewards because I went straight into doing this video, but they are on their way. I know the next 4 videos that I'm doing, they're all things that have been requested over and over and over again. I'm very excited about all of that, and yeah, I'll see you soon.